What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to show you a gravity-fed watering system, off-grid water system. I'm making this because I tried to look for what I'm going to show you online and I couldn't find it. Could be my inability to search for it. But nonetheless, I'm going to show you a quick, easy gravity-fed water system. Got to check a couple of boxes off in order to make it work. But nonetheless, I'll show you what I'm working with and see if maybe you can implement it at home. First thing you're going to need, some elevation. Higher the better, well, to a reasonable degree. As you can see here, you've got a hill working up to the cabin, and it keeps going past that tree line. I'll dive in there and show you a bit more on that. Next thing we're going to do, go for big jaunt up the hill. Try and keep it steady. So, if I had to approximate, we're about 100 feet away from the cabin. Hard to see. Elevation, it would be a guess, but I can tell you right now I'm huffing and puffing. Nonetheless, what we're looking at here is we have this wonderful spring, stream, little channel. Everything's running. Now it's August, and it's hot. I was here in the spring and it was running much more, and I was actually a little doubtful that our current system would work, but alas, we were able to show up, turn the water on, and it worked. So I'll show you a little bit higher here. So it's quite a crude little system here. Right now, we just kind of dammed it up. This was really quick slapped together, and as you can see, we have our little inlet there, and it's just running down. So our original objective was to get a little bit of a sprinkle. You know, I wouldn't care if it was a drizzle, just to fill up our buckets so we could, you know, flush the toilets, handle all of that. And I'll show you a separate video here. I couldn't believe the pressure, and it was actually my dad. He's a smart guy. He said, think about the volume of water within 100 feet of 3/4 inch hose, which, if I'm not mistaken, my rough Googling came to about 1.83 gallons. And then my dad said, well, imagine 1.8 gallons going from this distance down straight, how much energy it would produce. So, much to my surprise, which I can show you in a little bit, it was a substantial amount of water pressure. Now, our big issue is, because we have such an amazing amount of water pressure, right here, this little reservoir just gets sapped. So we have the means to flush a toilet really easily, but if we want to do something like draw a bath or, you know, use any real quantity of water, it just dries up. So that's what I'm doing here today. I'm going to show you my idea, and we'll see how it does. Anyhow, so what we have here is a standard rain barrel, and my father ever so graciously tapped it out, and we've got a 3/4 fitting in there. And basically, I'm going to haul this up the hill. We're going to try and put it in a spot where it will trickle into the barrel, fill it up, and then we should have about 55 gallons on tap, which is wonderful. So anyway, I'm going to go through the task of hauling this up the hill. So one other thing I should mention before I get too ahead of myself, I just took a moment to wire these up through the barrel, just if anything solid hits it. And in addition to that, I actually have this Amazon special. It's a rain barrel screen. So it was a 4-pack for 20 bucks or whatever. Oh, there's one of my 4. So anyway, I'm going to put that over. So I'm hoping this will act as a bit more of a fine filter for, you know, leaves and such. And then this is going to be a little more structure for wood and debris. All right, so here's what we're working with so far before I get too ahead of myself. As I mentioned, that was our previous reservoir right there, and it was just having supply issues. So all I've done now is put a tiny reservoir there with it continuously flowing to it, and now we have a trickle into here. I still need to tweak things a bit, but essentially our well is getting slowly filled up here. So that's going to fill up, and right there we've got our 3/4 fitting, as I mentioned, I'm going to slap this on there. Before I get to that, I'm going to get these additional screens on for a little bit sediment removal. Stay tuned. Okay, so it's definitely a little crude for the lake. I'm sure you can see a little bow there. I got to work out some kinks, but nonetheless, it is working. Tiny reservoir there. It kind of keeps draining it and then burping and draining and burping. I of course didn't bring a 3/4 PEX fitting, so as you can see, it kind of subsided there because the reservoir went, but it's still trickling, and it'll pick back up, and it will you know, it's filling. That's the main thing. It's actually past the fitting now. Yeah, for example, if I put that down, you can see the flow rate increases, but nonetheless, this is filling, and I have crimped that onto there, which is where our original source was from. So in theory, I should be able to head inside and have some running water again. So I'm going to be tweaking it as I go, but that's it in a nutshell. So on the tail end of town, we ended up messing up previously, misjudged our distance. We thought that, oh, 20 feet will do, so we ended up buying a hole other length so we had room to play. Doesn't matter. But anyhow, right now, don't let all of this additional stuff fool you. It's just this to a shutoff valve, and then that is going in through the back. I'll show you what we got in there. Okay, so here we are inside. As you can see, very crude system. Just punched it through the wall, put a couple shutoffs, straight into the back of the toilet, and into our bathtub. So I just wanted to show you the flow and our system. Obviously, we can make this better. Everything's crude right now, just to, you know, get some water. It beats having to fill up that basin with buckets, I'll tell you. So anyway, I'll show you the bath first. Very solid pressure. Like it's excellent. Not even here. 100% gravity fed. No electricity. Just using nature and some pipe and a barrel, I suppose. So yeah, we're very happy with this because it's just changed the whole dynamic of this cow. I'll show you the toilet just to show you how fast it fills. As you can see, solid flow rate. We've actually thought about potentially tying this PEX directly into the inlet down there. But anyhow, as you can see, boom. A little bit of sediment in there just because we just stirred everything up, but everything eventually gets very clear. So just want to come back up and see where we're at. Oh, goodness gracious, it's a third full. Maybe perhaps closer to a quarter. Hard to tell from the camera, but you've got gallons and gallons of water already. So what's nice about this is it will fill up passively while no one's doing it. Again, I'm going to tweak things. I'm going to make this better. You know, even right now you can see it's sputtering. It's close, a little closer to the side than I'd like, but I wanted to make sure that we had some water as soon as possible when we got here. Anyhow, that's about it. So that's about it. It's very simple. To be honest, I'm so surprised to see how effective gravity can be. But yeah, I'll do some tweaking. Start a little crack in the distance, and I'll make it better as we go, but certainly grateful to have running water. I hope this was of help to someone. Maybe I'm talking to no one, maybe it's a waste of time, but I know I was looking for you know, some instructional, some, you know, inspiration to try this. Anyway, I'm rambling. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye.